Hi, I'm Matthew Allison here to practice flute with you. And today we're going to introduce the thumb B flat. Now on the flute there are three ways to finger B flat. The first one I learned is thumb 1, right hand 1, and pinky. I call this the 1 and 1 B flat because you're using both first fingers. This can be useful sometimes, and at times we have to use it. But I would say for the majority of the time that I'm playing notes with B flat, I use one of two other fingerings. If I'm playing a chromatic passage, I'm using the lever B flat right here, which we'll talk about at another video. And if I'm playing something that has a lot of B flats in it or has B flat in the key signature, I almost always use the thumb B flat. Now, seeing where the thumb B flat is, when you turn the flute around and look at where you place the thumb, we've oftentimes been placing the thumb on this more rectangular key here. When you press this key down, it only closes the thumb key. No other key on the flute moves. But right next to it, we have this more round-shaped key. And when you depress that, it also moves a key on the front of the flute, all the way up here. So you might have noticed with the 1 and 1 B flat, when you press this right hand key down here, 2 additional keys move. So 3 keys are moving in total. This key down here is actually the key for our F key. The B flat key is all the way up here. And that's the key that's moving when you press this thumb key down. The reason we use thumb B flat is because it does free up some motion of the right hand. It becomes a little bit easier to play some of this technique only moving one hand, which is easier for the brain to process. Without doing the cross motion of the fingers, it lets us play a little faster. And also, when you're moving 3 keys versus when you're moving 1 or 2 keys, it's a lot less loud. So it sounds less clunky and less clicky in the sound. Now let's start using it. With thumb B flat, you can leave the key down for every single note that uses a thumb, except for B natural, obviously, because we're going to have a B flat, and high F sharp. It lowers the pitch considerably and changes the tone color negatively. So those are the 2 notes that we will not use the thumb B flat on, any B natural and high F sharp. Otherwise, if there's a thumb, you can leave it on. So to practice this, let's take our right hand and grab the barrel of the flute just below the head joint where the flute is strongest. And that's going to keep us from accidentally using our 1 and 1 B flat. Place your thumb on the thumb B flat, and I prefer to put my thumb on both keys. That way if I need to get off onto the B key quickly, I can, or if I'm on the B key and I need to get on the thumb B flat, it's just a little rotation of my thumb. And left hand index finger. And that is how we're going to now finger B flat. Let's try that. And you might notice it sounds the same as the 1 and 1 B flat. Right hand on the barrel, let's go back and forth between B flat and C. So again, the thumb is going to start on the thumb key, and you're just going to lift one finger, the thumb, to go to C. So it's moving one finger to trill from B flat to C. Let's begin with quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, B flat C. Let's try that a little faster, 8th notes. B flat and C. 1 and 2 and 3 and go. Whereas before, when we wanted to go from B flat to C, we had to move 2 fingers, 1 finger on different hands. Now let's go from B flat to A. So with the long B flat, or the 1 and 1 B flat, we had to alternate the index and middle finger. Using the thumb B flat, we're only going to move 1 finger, the middle finger. Let's try B flat to A, quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try 8th notes. B flat A, 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we've now gone from B flat to C and B flat to A, which we'll use in a lot of scale patterns, including B flat major scale, F major scale, and so when you're playing in those keys, you'll see already how using the thumb B flat keeps you from using cross motion of the fingers. Let's add a note. So starting with G, and the thumb will be on the thumb B flat for G. G, lift 1 finger for A, lift 1 finger for B flat, lift the thumb for C. Let's try that much. G, A, B flat, C. Chord notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. come down those same notes. C, add the thumb on both keys for B flat. Without moving the thumb, put your middle finger down for A. Without moving the thumb, put the third finger down for G. C, B flat, A, G. Let's try G, A, B flat, C, B flat, C, B flat, C, B flat, A, G. And that's one of the first examples in the digital download Flute Students Steps to Success, the thumb B flat, which is a great resource for practicing getting control and mastering the thumb B flat for students who are not quite used to it yet. So G, A, B flat, C, B flat, C, B flat, C, B flat, A, G. Let's give that a try. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we don't need to use a thumb, it's easy enough just to switch off. Let's try playing B flat, C, B natural, C, B flat. So we're going to start B flat, thumb on both keys, lift your thumb for C, put your thumb on the rectangular B natural key for B natural, lift for C, and then back on thumb B flat. 3, 4. So it's pretty easy to switch thumb B flat. And with a little bit of planning, we can use this in a lot of our technical phrases. Now let's get the right hand back on the flute. Take the right hand back where it goes, thumb behind the flute, and we're going to start with F. So we're going to play the first 5 notes of the F major scale. F, G, A, B flat, C. And we'll do that in quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, we're lifting one finger at a time. F, G, A, B flat, lift your thumb for C. Doing that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's come down the scale, adding one finger at a time. From C with just the index and pinky down, add your thumb on both keys for B flat, add your middle finger for A, add your ring finger for G, and then right hand first finger for F. Let's try that. C, B flat, A, G, F. 3, 4. And again, C, B flat, A, G, F. Let's try it. 3, 4. Now let's go up and down that 5-note scale pattern. F, G, A, B flat, C, B flat, A, G, F. Remember, you can keep the thumb B flat down for every single one of these notes except for the C natural, where you're just going to lift your thumb gently. 1, 2, 3, 4. And once you've mastered this thumb B flat, you can play those patterns quite quickly. Because all you're doing is lifting and pressing one finger at a time. This is just the start of the way of practicing thumb B flat. For more ideas, please consider the digital download available at practiceflute.com, or there should be a link below this YouTube video. Flute Students Steps to Success, the thumb B flat. Enjoy your time getting used to the thumb B flat as you go out and practice flute.